Thank you, beautiful woman of Gaia, for joining the Sacred Feminine Global Circle on this beautiful luminous Scorpio full moon. A couple of weeks ago, in a quiet meditation, I asked the question, how can I serve? And then I kind of stepped into that sacred practice of listening, opening to receiving, without any expectation or attachment to that answer. And this is a practice I kind of follow often, and it's a beautiful practice that leads me and keeps me on the path of my truth. And the answer came through the beautiful, colorful, myriad expression of the divine feminine, embodied in beautiful women that I have the privilege to work with, in friends and sisters alike. And women from across all different walks of life across the globe spontaneously started telling me, I know I need a sister circle, because that circle truly just feeds my soul. And it's something that really uplifts my spirit and anchors me in my body. And I feel supported, and I feel seen, and I feel heard. And it's a powerful practice for me to meditate collectively in a circle. So this truly, really inspired me to take my circles. I've been facilitating circles with women for over about 10 years now, and probably a lot longer than that. And it inspired me to really take this beautiful sacred feminine circle globally. So I thank you truly, deeply from the bottom of my heart for joining me on this first full moon circle. And I hope that it expands, and so that we can create beautiful circles on a continuous basis. The healing power of the circle, I feel, is really embedded in our bodies. It goes back a very long time. It's in the cellular memory of our matriarchal lineage. I think women have been gathering in circles for many, many moons. And the healing power of the circle is in the expansiveness of our sacred hearts, in the integration of the wisdom imparted through the stories. When we've gathered in circles, we've told stories, and through the story, we've transformed. It's in the alchemy of the gathering around the fire, and what powerful, beautiful healing can occur around a beautiful fire. So I really want to offer you my service in this global circle, in this online format, connecting hearts and hands and sacred wisdom across the landscapes of our beautiful Mother Earth, or Gaia, all from the comfort of your home, knowing that energy has no bounds and we can connect wherever we are, in whichever time frame you choose to listen to this connection in the circle. Time really is quite an illusion. So whenever you're choosing to tune into this transmission, know that there is still a beautiful access point to this divine circle we are creating this evening, or in this day frame. So let's start by creating a beautiful sacred circle. And I'd like you to just start by closing your eyes and just bringing your awareness to this beautiful vehicle of your body. And just start by becoming aware of the sacred breath. Just observing the gentle in and out flow of your breath, flowing in through the nostrils, flowing out through your mouth. And as you bring your awareness just fully present in your body, you let go of the day's stuff, the day's conversations. You let go of any stresses, any tensions. And just let all of this tension, stress, drop from your body like a silk cloth. Bringing your awareness fully present into every cell, every bone, every muscle, and every organ in your body. And if your mind wanders, without judging it or analyzing it or attaching to any thoughts that pop into the mind, this is what the mind does. It runs a conversation. Just observe this. Step into the observer seat and look at these thoughts. Just notice them passing by like clouds in the sky. And then bring your awareness, full awareness, back to the breath. And what we will do collectively now is we will take 3 beautiful, deep, belly breaths in together. And when you're ready, take a nice, slow, deep belly breath in, breathing into the bottom of your belly through your nose, expanding this breath of life into the lungs, into the shoulders, holding this breath. And then releasing this breath out your mouth slowly in the same way, in the same count you inhaled, completely emptying out the lungs and the belly, following your own rhythm and your own body's capacity. This is a way in which we honor our body. When you're ready, another nice, slow, deep breath in, filling up your lungs, holding that breath for the count of 3, releasing out this breath through your mouth. Completely emptying out your lungs, emptying out the belly and the womb. And again, our last deep breath in, breathing in from the bottom of the belly, bringing in relaxation, light, clarity as you expand the lungs, expanding the belly, holding that breath in your body, allowing this beautiful, rich oxygen to just fill and flow into every cell. Holding for 3, and then exhaling out your mouth, releasing this breath. Anything else you're ready to let go of on this powerful, potent Scorpio full moon. And now I'd like you to just bring your awareness to your beautiful sacred heart. Drop your mind into this beautiful field of oneness, of higher wisdom, of luminous love, of compassion and peace. And I want you to feel, sense, or intuit this beautiful circle of woman all around the globe. And we're going to collectively draw a beautiful golden circle of light all around the circle. Let's make it a sphere around the outside of the circle, above and below, in all 8 directions. This beautiful golden sphere containing a sacred space for this circle. We're filling this golden sphere with luminous light. We're filling it with peace, compassion, sacred wisdom. And then in this beautiful sphere, bringing your awareness back to yourself, create a beautiful circle of light around you to contain and nurture your own individual essence. And you can fill the space with whatever color you feel, calling in any intentions, any personal intentions you have for this circle this evening. Calling in your guides, calling in your truth, calling in that divine, beautiful essence of your Sophia, your soul self, the part of you that is complete, whole and healed, the full expression of who you truly are. Calling this divine feminine essence to become fully present in your body, in your mind, in your heart, in your consciousness, in your body. And now that we're in this beautiful space of taking full accountability of our own stuff, in our own contained, nurturing circle, from that beautiful sacred heart space, we expand outwards and connect from our heart. You can even reach out your hands to connect with this full, beautiful circle of other sisters and women in the sacred circle. And now that we have collectively created this beautiful sacred circle in interdependence, where we flow symbiotically in our own essence and collectively together, we call in to the sacred circle peace, the sacred feminine energy. We call in the beautiful wisdom of integration, the sacred practice of working with the emotional body. We call in clear intuition, we call in the essence of the divine masculine and the divine feminine dancing in sacred union. We call in divine love. We call in compassion. Now I'd like you to just bring your awareness down to your feet. We want to anchor this beautiful, powerful circle we've just created. And we want to stay centered and grounded. So let's imagine, sense, or visualize strong roots growing from the bottom of our spine or from the bottom of our feet into the earth, into Gaia, and we ask permission from Gaia to receive our roots with grace and gratitude. And you allow your roots to grow deeper and deeper into the rich, nourishing soil of Mother Earth. And your roots grow deeper and deeper until your roots find the crystalline heart of Gaia. And here you just anchor your roots so you may stay grounded and centered and have clarity. You take another nice deep breath in, bringing you fully present into your body, staying in this attunement, open to receiving the full moon transmission. opening your eyes, staying in this beautiful resonance and frequency. So tonight, we're experiencing the full moon in Scorpio, or whichever time frame you are listening to this transmission in. It is the energies of Scorpio that is influencing our planet and our emotional bodies and intellect at this time. The sun at this moment in time is in Taurus. So we're called to integrate these two dual aspects, in which Taurus is truly all about the individual, material manifestation, and Scorpio is about the we. So it's about bringing in that interdependent, beautiful, fine essence of interdependent relationships. Often we've had legacies as women of experiencing codependent relationships. And I feel that at this time it's very important for us to move into a very healthy, balanced way with our communities, with ourselves, with our loved ones, and committed partnerships into an interdependent balance. There's the beautiful teaching of Khalil Gibran in The Prophet, which speaks about marriage as being the pillars of a temple. And if these pillars are too close together, the temple roof cannot balance and will fall. If they're too far apart, the temple roof will cave in. So it really is about cultivating and creating that beautiful balance of interdependence, where you are independent but still in a beautiful divine flow with any partnering entity that you are collectively sharing a journey with. There are other aspects which we're integrating at this time, is also the intuition and the intellect. These two aspects. So really the theme around this evening is really about integrating the two aspects, shadow and light, intuition and intellect, the masculine and feminine. So it really is about cultivating this alchemy of bringing these two aspects of us into beautiful harmony. The Scorpio full moon is really known for being a baptism by emotional fire. So I'm sure that you've experienced a weekend and also a day where many emotions have been triggered and many things have come up, and perhaps it'll continue for the rest of the week. This emotions or triggers that really come up can really be a beautiful teaching, a beautiful way in which we become in touch with what is really happening for us and where we are at. And the sacred feminine practice is really around working with those emotions, honoring them and acknowledging them. Each emotion truly just needs expression. So whatever is triggered for you, look at that, look at what is coming up, and instead of reacting, really just sit with that emotion, feel it, notice where it is in your body, and alchemize this emotion into a beautiful wisdom. The Scorpio Moon is also known for the subconscious, all of the subconscious stuff that becomes active and comes to the surface. And again, part of our shadow aspects really live in the subconscious. So it is parts of us which is in denial, hidden, and suppressed. Often we think about the shadows and those suppressed aspects as also being all the negative attributes or characteristics which we don't like about ourselves. But truly we also suppress and hide many aspects of our light, which is also in the shadow. And the important practice here is to truly just bring those aspect into the light, bringing the subconscious, the suppressed, the hidden into the light, into the conscious mind. We can truly only work with those aspects which we are fully aware of. So the Scorpio Moon truly brings these things to our attention. So it's time to really fully pay attention to them. It also increases our intuition, and that truly helps us to tune into the mysteries of this world and the unexplainable. So we're also offered this opportunity in this time to integrate the emotional body of intuition and intellect. So we're taking aspects of the divine, adventurous child and integrating it with the nurturing adult caretaker, so that we can truly live an authentic expression of who we are. This brings to mind for me Carl Jung and his beautiful body of work. I really am I love Jung's work, and I'm constantly studying more and more of his teachings. And he spoke about really working with that symbol or metaphor through the dream, to a point, working with that metaphor and that symbol to the point of a moral decision. And until there is some decision that you need to take, a yes or a no, or a do or don't do. And for me, this is truly the embodiment of the sacred feminine and sacred masculine working in harmony. So the feminine is really receiving this intuitive symbol or metaphor through the dream, or the meditational kind of dream, which is an awake state of a dream, and distilling this information into an active decision, which is the masculine. And this for me is intuitive action and is the embodiment of practical spirituality. So this Scorpio full moon will also bring up some shadow aspects, and for us to really look at the shadow aspects from a point of when we look at the past, and all of the emotions around that. Often we feel regret, often we feel that we have failed, and to really look at these aspects that may be coming up right now in a different perspective, through the lens of alchemy, to know that all of these challenges that we've been through, all these obstacles that we've been through, reminds us to appreciate our inner strength and the resources that all of these past pains have helped us to develop, and to really step into a space of trusting ourselves, trusting our soul path, and trusting that all of these experiences have helped us to expand our way of being, seeing it as an opportunity to grow, seeing it as a catalyst to really move forward. And Scorpio really brings this to light. So it is important for us to, in these moments, to stay focused on the transformation and regenerative gifts of this full moon. So before we journey into the luminous moonlight, let's pick a goddess card as an archetype to work with in this meditation. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shuffle this beautiful goddess oracle pack, and we already have a card that has jumped out of the pack, and this is the goddess Ishtar Boundaries. And what she brings to us is the gift of boundaries, and her message to us is: love yourself enough to say no to others. Demands on your time and your energy. So Ishtar is really an old ancient goddess, and her lineage and her story is really around ancient Babylonian times as the embodiment of Venus's womanly energy. She represents the divine feminine in all of her aspects: nurturing, mothering, sensuality, fertility, healing, protection, and wisdom. She's a multidimensional goddess, and she doesn't tire of helping men and women who call upon her for assistance. So this archetype is really all about the desire to give of service. So there's a distinction between giving of yourself and giving up yourself. So if you're feeling tired and depleted and guilty or resentful while helping others, you're not truly helping them, because you're coming from a perspective of resentment. If you're injecting poisonous energies into the relationships, then no one really benefits. So it's about stepping back and reassessing the situation. As you respect your own boundaries, others will begin to recognize and respect them within you and within themselves as well. Now that's a healthy behavior to teach others. So this is often a practice or a shadow aspect of a lot of women who, in an older paradigm, the patriarchal paradigm, women were really taught to give a sacrifice of themselves for the family, for the good of everybody else. And we were taught that the only reward we would get in behavior is to be nice and pleasant and polite and to not complain. And so that is the people-pleasing role that we play in interacting with one another. But truly what we're doing, and here's the shadow aspect that's come to light, thank you Ishtar for coming to our attention this evening, is the shadow aspect of the people pleaser. Because on the front end you're really sweet and nice and kind and say yes to everybody and seem very accommodating, but on the shadow aspect of it there is a huge bully. So on the inside you're really resentful for doing things or going somewhere or really doing things that you don't really want to do, but you ended up saying yes. And you end up resenting first the people who have asked you this favor or have insisted that you do something. And once you distill that and let go of that, you realize you're actually really resentful of yourself for not being able to say no, or for not being able to set that boundary in a way in which you don't feel guilty. This is the other thing that women often tell me, that if I start saying no, I feel so guilty. So the other shadow aspect of this is that we also, through the people-pleasing role, manipulate other people, because we know that if we say yes, we can predict their behavior. They will like us. My friend will still like me. They will still love me. They'll still approve of me. If I say no, perhaps they will reject me. And so it really comes down to our own sense of worthiness. And so the call to action, I think, of this beautiful archetype is the divine feminine essence, which we can embody ourselves and give space to every other woman to embody as well, is that you can say no without explaining, without feeling guilty. And what a boundary truly is not a fence to keep something out. It truly is just an invitation to invite in behavior in your sacred space. So if your boundary is truth, you can invite people into that space of truth. And when they're untruthful with you, you can call them on it, and you can choose not to engage any longer, or ask them to behave in a way that's in alignment with truth. So that's a clear boundary that you can set. It's a very valuable practice to really write down your own value system. And from knowing your own value system, what you believe in, what's important to you, from that space, you can start setting clear boundaries. so that you can communicate and express yourself to others in a way in which they know how to engage with you. What is a respectful way to live in harmony with you? And this way as well, we bring the shadow into light, acknowledging that all of us have a people pleaser within us, and to notice when that wounded aspect of us comes to the forefront, and to really pay attention to what her payoff is. Why is she choosing to people please? Is there a wounded inner child that desperately needs to be loved, heard, or seen by this particular person? And who does this person represent in her life? Which archetype does this person represent? And then bringing that home back to the heart and cultivating that sense of worthiness in which you can let go of the people pleaser. So let's take this beautiful archetype of Ishtar that is the embodiment of the divine feminine in multidimensionality into our meditation journey. So I'd like you to get into a comfortable position. Sit comfortably. Uncross your legs. If you can, have your feet on the ground. And again, we're going to close our eyes. And we're going to sense, feel, or intuit a beautiful stream of luminous light that flows through and around and over our bodies. From the top of your head, flowing and streaming into your crown chakra, and this luminous light you draw from source energy. It is the highest and purest and clearest frequency. Flows into the crown chakra, clearing and balancing the crown, connecting you to your Sophia self, connecting you to a higher divine intelligence. It flows gently into the third eye, clearing away any imprints, any distortions in the third eye, clearing and balancing it for clear sight, clear intuition, clear perspective, grounded, balanced perspective. This beautiful light flows over your face, relaxing all the muscles in your face. It flows into the throat center, the center of expression, dissolving any fears and doubts you have around expression. Opening up the voice. This beautiful light flows into the neck and the shoulders, dissolving any tension you may be holding here. It flows down your arms, into your elbows, into your wrists, into the palms of your hands, relaxing the arms and the hands completely. This beautiful light flows into the heart center, clearing and balancing the heart completely, letting go of any resentments, dissolving anything that no longer serves you or that you're holding on to in the heart. This beautiful light flows into the solar plexus, clearing and balancing the solar plexus, aligning you with your divine will, that beautiful center of self-worth, your personal power, really just stepping into that beautiful divine feminine personal power. This luminous light flows into the sacral chakra, the power center of creation, of sensuality, of sexuality, that beautiful goddess you, clearing, balancing the womb, the sacred chalice. And it flows into the hips, into the buttocks, relaxing the hips, flowing into the base chakra, anchoring, grounded energy and center, distilling all of intuitive knowledge into that action, that decision, that way of being. This beautiful light flows down your legs, down your knees, down your calves, into your feet. And again, you just anchor your roots. Just become aware of those anchored roots. And now you bring your awareness back up into your beautiful sacred heart. And there's this beautiful flow of divine nurturing love from the crystalline center of Gaia that just flows up. Up and up and up your roots, flowing into your body, into every cell, muscle, bone and organ, and every space in between. So you have this beautiful stream of luminous light and unconditional love flowing in two different directions through your body, but in harmony. One being the divine masculine, the other being the divine feminine. Come together in this beautiful symbiotic dance in your heart center. You feel, sense, or imagine the torus field from your heart center flowing outwards in this beautiful circle. You become aware of this beautiful circle of women and their torus fields of their hearts flowing, connecting and expanding all around the globe. And for a moment we just stand in the grace and gratitude of the healing power of the circle. And you notice the long lineage of women gathering in the circle. Our mothers, our grandmothers, our great-grandmothers, our great-great-great-grandmothers, and all the women before us, and all the women after us. Just honoring this journey of the expression of the divine feminine in all her myriad expressions. And now you bring your awareness to your heart and you travel through a light bridge from your heart towards your own inner sacred temple, a beautiful sanctuary. And the sanctuary is deeply healing and peaceful and tranquil. Using all of your senses to experience the sacred space. You notice nature all around you. You hear the sounds, the smells, feeling the texture underneath your feet. Feeling the warmth on your skin, or slight breeze through your hair. feeling a sense of home, of belonging, of knowing that you are deeply loved. And you notice beautiful temple doors in front of you. You notice a symbol above the doorway. And as you step closer to these temple doors, they open. And a beautiful goddess, your Sophia, welcomes you, greets you in honor and in gratitude. You just feel and sense unconditional love emanating from her heart towards your heart. And she leads you towards a beautiful space that has been prepared for you. You see the luminous light of this moon streaming into the room, into the space that has been prepared for you, knowing that it will light up and illuminate anything that no longer serves you. And if you so choose, you have an opportunity right now to let go and release and purge and alchemize anything that no longer serves your highest path, your truth, your soul path, yourself. And so your Sophia shows you that there's a beautiful circle of salt in front of you. And around the circle of salt, there are magnificent crystals set up in a crystal grid. There's frequency emanating from the circle. And you are told that the circle highlights any connections, any cords, any imprints, anything in the body, the mind, the spirit, and all the subtle bodies that no longer serve you. But before we step into the circle, your Sophia self brings forward the aspect of you, the part of you that is hiding in the shadows, that's ready to step into the light. And this part of you steps forward, and with a beautiful, open, compassionate heart, you welcome this part of you. You embrace her, knowing that she may be scared, just sense and feel or ask her what she's feeling. Knowing that your Sophia self is standing right there next to you to assist you. The shadow aspect that has hidden some truths, suppressed perhaps aspects of her light, of her talents, of her expressions. Just acknowledge these, acknowledge them. And stand ready to invite these aspects into the light. And so your Sophia self guides you to step into this beautiful sacred circle, the salt and crystal circle. I want you to bring your awareness down to your womb. And just notice any cords, any imprints, any attachments to the womb. Perhaps there's memories of previous intimate partners, old relationships, and just notice how many faces, memories come to mind. And then choose 3 of these, placing them apart in front of you. So we bring our focus to the first person, the first intimate partner or relationship that we've experienced in the past. And we just scan our bodies, specifically the womb, and we notice any cords, any imprints, any negative attachments we still have with this person. Knowing that negative energy, or just energy, life force energy, leaks through these hooks or cords. And so what we would like to do from a compassionate heart space, from higher truth, is to set you both free. So just notice the cords, the hooks, the imprints. And then in full accountability, notice what you gave away. What did you willingly give away in this relationship? Was it a no? Which boundaries did you not uphold? Your own personal value system? And here we can call in the archetype of Ishtar to assist us to highlight these. And this is where the shadow self can also speak the truth and speak up and tell us what is hidden here, bringing it into the luminous light of the moon so we can alchemize it. What else did you give away? Some personal power, trust, this beautiful resonance of the circle around you illuminates, alchemizes, and clears. So when you are ready, you're going to take a deep breath in, and when you're ready to exhale, you are ready to cut that cord, alchemize any toxic connections, attachments, imprints, and retrieving and receiving all of your personal power, all of your energy, everything you've given away, back through the frequency and this resonance of the alchemical circle around you. Reintegrating all of yourself back into your body. And then when you're ready, we surround this first person with beautiful violet light. And we release them with love and compassion and a clear boundary out of your sacred temple. And then we move our focus to the second person. And again, from a compassionate space, standing in full accountability, knowing that you entered this relationship in sacred contracts, there were lessons to be learned, noticing any cords, attachments, hooks, imprints, anything that no longer serves you, anything you're holding on to. And then remembering and noticing and illuminating which shadow aspects were there. What did you hide, deny, or what are you still hiding and denying about this connection? Knowing that there were lessons to be learned. Getting ready to retrieve what you gave away. What did you give away in this relationship? Was it a codependent relationship? What attachments are you still holding on to? And then, when you are ready, you take a deep breath in. And when you're ready, you release that breath, and with clear, powerful intent, you cut the cords, healing it on both sides, retrieving everything that is yours through this alchemical light, integrating it back into your body. Receiving all of yourself. Blessing and releasing this other person so that you can be free and they can be free too. We surround this person with violet light, and if you can, you thank them for this experience. And we release them up and out of your sacred temple. And now you move your attention towards the third and last person. And again, you scan your body, specifically the womb, and you notice if there are any cords or hooks, anything inside the womb, any toxic connections to this person. Perhaps this was a sexual partner. Notice any attachments, negative attachments. Just noticing what no longer serves you about this connection. What boundaries did you not uphold in this relationship? Which boundaries would you like to place now? Feel your Sophia self behind you, supporting you. Feel the shadow aspect getting lighter and lighter as she's releasing, expressing, and bringing these aspects into light. And in full accountability, we acknowledge what you gave away in this relationship. And when you are ready, you take a deep breath in. And when you are fully ready with a clear intention to release, alchemize, and dissolve this connection, all of these attachments, cords, you exhale out, dissolving and alchemizing, clearing and healing these attachments on both sides, and you receive all of yourself, everything you've given away, through this alchemical light, integrating it back into your body. And we surround this third person with violet light, thanking them and blessing them, and releasing them up and out of your sacred temple. And you thank your shadow aspect for communicating with you, for bringing these things to light. You bless her and hug her and invite her to step into the conscious realm. We thank her for her courage to step forward into the light, for having the courage and the strength to face the fear and step through that threshold anyway. And we thank our Sophia self for being the constant guiding light, the divine feminine essence, and we invite her to lead every thought, every behavior, every action forward. And you feel lighter and clearer and anchored in your body, anchored in your intellectual body, anchored in the emotional, subtle body, anchored in the spiritual body, in the astral body. All the subtle bodies feel aligned, anchored in a deep sense of knowing who you are and how deeply valued you are. And your Sophia self hands you a beautiful gift, and you receive this gift open-heartedly. And then you give her a gift, and she receives this gift open-heartedly. And then you start making your way back through those temple doors, back through the light bridge, back into your sacred heart, back into this beautiful circle of light, connected to this beautiful circle of woman. You thank them for holding space for you. You thank them for entering this sister circle with you. You thank each feminine essence on this planet for helping to move our world into harmony with nature in their each individual way, thanking the awakening of the sacred feminine energy, which is the balance between the masculine and the feminine, equally valued, equally loved, working together in harmony and union. We thank all of our guides, thank all of the animal kingdom and Gaia. And then we release this beautiful circle. And we start bringing all of our awareness back into our bodies. And you start becoming aware of the form and the shape of your body. You become aware of the clothes on your body, the place that you're sitting in or lying on. You become aware of your roots anchoring you to this moment, to this time, this place. Become aware of your feet. Wiggle your toes. Become aware of your calves, your knees, your thighs. Become aware of your hips. Become aware of your beautiful sacred womb. Become aware of your heartbeat and your breath. Become aware of your elbows, your arms, your hands, your wrists, your fingers, and you wiggle your fingers. You become aware of your head balancing on your neck. And you take a deep grounding breath in, becoming fully present in every cell, every bone, every muscle, and every organ in your body. Bringing back all of yourself, fully present, fully awake, fully alive, ready to thrive this beautiful life. Just continue becoming fully present, grounded, anchored. Thank you for joining the Sacred Feminine Global Circle on this Scorpio full moon, and I wish you a beautiful, magical week forward, and I hope to see you at the next circle. Thank you, blessings, luminous love, Eleftheria.